Welcome everybody to Club and Sub. I'm Club. He's Sub.
Sub.
Yeah, at least he's Sub this week.
Club and Sub.
This is the greatest mixed martial arts analyst show in the world. Don't get it twisted. We're bringing the heat. We're bringing the facts. Bringing the fun. It's the best show.
The best show.
How you feeling this week, Celly?
I feel good. I'm actually exhausted of not having any fights to watch. And I'm ready to get back into this week. You know what I'm saying? How are you feeling?
I literally got depressed yesterday.
Why is that?
Because it was a Saturday with no fights. And I think that was the first time in 10 weeks?
Yeah, I got
something stupid like that.
I got pretty comfortable knowing my schedule for Saturdays.
Yeah, and I've caught myself being really sad around 3 p.m. yesterday. And I'm like, what's so wrong? And I'm like, there's nothing to fucking do right now.
Nothing.
So I had to find shit to do, which was actually watch fights. Sadly, just
you're
that's all
down,
I think about.
You're down bad once you start clicking the ONE FC live stream.
Oh man,
anything I could get.
No, it's more respect. I need to do more of that. And here's the thing, right? I could have been watching the PFL Paris because I went on Twitter and I saw everyone was watching it, but part of me just feels like it's like addicts just looking for a different drug, well, Bellator's on. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck, dude.
I click it and I'm excited for it, and within 7 seconds, I just have lost my interest in it.
Look, I'm a mixed martial arts fan. Don't get me wrong; it's the best sport in the world. But there's just one place where I watch it. It's I don't know. I mean, if there's a big enough PFL fight, I might tune in. I tuned into, I think it was Shane Burgos versus with Clay Collard.
Still a name though,
and that was a banger fight.
It's a good fight,
but I didn't know until my brother texted me, "Hey, turn on PFL." I'm like, "Oh fuck!" So I'm a weak fan in that regard. I got one love, and that's the UFC, baby. Let's be real.
The UFC, which has now just brought back the 12-6 elbows, something we were talking about.
That's crazy, yeah. And man, the 12-6, when that first happened, well, the first disqualification from it, rather, John Jones and Matt Hamill. That was a crazy moment. You didn't see that fight.
I haven't seen anything pre-COVID.
Oh my goodness. So here's the cool thing about us, right? Is that Celly, he's actually the biggest UFC fan that I personally know. And that is, also included people who I know have been watching it 10, 15 years. Family included, people I know. Yeah, it's he might not know the history of absolutely everything, but it doesn't even fucking matter because there'll be some prelims they're going on. He's like, "Did you see this guy's last fight?" I'm like, "I did not see this fucking guy's last fight. I have no idea who this guy is."
And then he goes out and flatlines somebody. I'm like, "Yeah, bro, he's somebody to watch, trust me."
He gave me his favorite fighter list not too long ago. I'm like, "Who the fuck are these guys, dude?"
Mohammed Usman's on it.
Oh yeah. Oh man. But no, it's really cool. I'm super old school. He's kind of new school, but it blends for a perfect fan interaction,
Yeah, anytime you start talking about GSP and I fall asleep. It's I don't know what's going on. But no, it's a good combination.
He has no idea how much everyone looked forward to GSP and Jake Shields. 2011.
Shout out to them, you know what I'm saying?
How big of a card that was.
It's fun. And it's funny because I'll watch sometimes interviews of older UFC fighters. I'm like, man, I wonder what it was like to really watch this in its prime. It probably felt so crazy.
It was crazy. It was especially with no social media.
That's what I'm saying.
Buying a pay-per-view in 2009, sitting down for it, it's it was the craziest thing.
No, really.
Yeah.
I feel like it's similar to skateboarding. Back in the day, it would be you'd see a trick, a photo of a trick in a magazine, and you'd have to wait a year for the footage of it to come out.
Really?
And I feel in the UFC now, it's you have all week, all this press coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Media day, you have all these YouTube vlogs that come out and stuff like that. So it's just a whole different era.
And really, unless you found a website, I think MMA Core was the first website you could go rewatch fights.
Oh, wow.
But you had sit through viruses and everything. And then so you got lucky on Spike TV one day if there was a fight replay. Oh my God, I haven't seen this fight in 6 months. I've been looking forward to watching it again. It's just crazy how much we've progressed in this sport community and everything.
Hence why we sitting here today talking about goddamn UFC.
Club and Sub. We're here,
Club
baby.
And Sub.
So,
Club and Sub.
Let's kick it off with the first prelim. We're going to break down these fights. We're going to give you some nice bets. Going to give you some nice parlays, some degenerate parlay action, some wild cards. We're going to break down every single aspect possible. Let's run it.
Club and Sub.
First fight of the night. What do we got?
We got Montana De La
Rosa versus JJ Aldrich.
Your buddy JJ Aldrich.
I'm sour. JJ Aldrich has lost me a lot of a lot of... Okay, so in quarter 2, let me talk about this first, right? My betting strategy, I break up like the year into quarters, right? Because, I mean, every year has quarters. Let's be real, right? And they're always marked by a break in the action, like when UFC goes on a break for a week. So this year, I'm 70% accuracy for betting for the whole year, which is awesome, by the way. Like, if you don't know, that's an amazing percentage to have. 70%, it's up there. So here's the thing. Quarter 2 was my worst quarter of the fucking year. Celly knows. I was striking out left and right, losing so much
Cried
money.
to me once.
Dude, it was so bad. I put a straight... Here's how bad it was. I put a straight bet on Marlon Vera to beat Corey Sandhagen. That's how fucking dumb I was in quarter 2.
Yeah, he ate that one. That one was bad.
But I rebounded quarter 3. I went on an 8-fight win streak. 8 weeks in a row. Parlay hit after hit after hit after hit.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do got a mark, just so you guys know what we're cooking with. My favorite ticket of the year so far was actually in quarter 1. I hit for Philipe Leans, Zach Pauga, and Aaron Blanchfield all in one ticket. That was a plus 400 ticket. That's what we're cooking with here. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look, man, Wood is stamped, all right? Wood is the person. He got some good picks. He spends a lot of time on the analysis, on the research of each fighter, going through. I'll be like, yo, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing my research. I'm doing my analysis. I'm writing my notebook.
Hours.
The real deal. So it was about time we started a damn YouTube channel, and we got everything going, including sound effects.
Club and sub.
Yeah.
For posts, right?
Okay, yeah.
All right. So keep it going. Let's go with these prelims.
Yep. All right. So Montel De La Rosa, JJ Aldrich. I'm picking De La Rosa. Yeah, so let's take a look at this. I mean, De La Rosa coming off 2 losses. See, 2 good fighters, though. Tatiana Suarez, which is arguably like a future staple in the division. And same thing, Macy Barber. She's a dog. So she's got better losses. Let's look at JJ Aldrich. What was her last fight? What was her win? Lang. I don't even know who that is, to be honest with you. Lipsky. That's the one where I got salty. Blanchfield. Okay, that's good. But here's the thing, man. JJ Aldrich, she doesn't show me enough like skill set. She's decent like in everything, but doesn't have like a great thing. So I think De La Rosa is more of a dog, more of a scrapper. I think she'll take that. I like her at plus 100. I'm not gonna break it down too much. I didn't look too much into that fight. You feel me? De La Rosa's gonna get that dub, but I'm salty on Aldrich. I'm biased as hell.
Club and sub.
Okay, this one's cool. Mateus Mendonca. Something like that, versus Nate Maness.
I don't think it's Mendonca.
What is it?
I don't know.
Mendonca.
I don't know.
Sorry, Portuguese family. He was a pretty big prospect coming off a contender series. He was undefeated, and then he fought Javid Basharat in his last fight, which Basharat, the brothers, they're sick, so he's got a great loss in terms of who he faced. Maness, I think he fought, so it's what? Okay. Yeah, Nurmagomedov, which is a tough fight to lose. I mean, that's a tough opponent.
By decision, though.
By decision, so he lasted with them. So, I mean, that was probably a full ground fight, though, right? Knowing that. He came in the UFC on a 3-fight win streak, which is great. I'm picking the Brazilian by knockout. I think he's just got quick hands. He's a lot younger. He's 24. Probably coming into his realm. I mean, here's the thing. This is a toss-up fight. I'm not going to put money on it or nothing, because sometimes these contender series guys, they're either straight savages or they get lucky and they go on an undefeated streak fighting in Brazil and then they come to UFC and just get.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell, but I'll pick Mateus for sure.
Unless you're Diego Lopez.
Oh my God. Favorite fighter in the world. Diego Lopez. Holy shit.
Club and sub.
I could give a fuck about this fight. I hate this fight so much.
But dude, what about Vanessa Lil Monster Demopoulos?
Little monster. God damn it, dude. Isn't she a stripper or some shit like that?
I mean, I don't know.
I think she's a stripper.
Lost her last fight to Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
Or used to be.
I can't.
Kowalkiewicz. KK. We're going to talk about her in a little bit because she's on the Fight Night. I watched that fight. I watched those 2 last fights. Maria Oliveira. I mean, she did okay against Oliveira. I mean, that Maria Oliveira really didn't have much to show for. I mean, she lasted with Kowalkiewicz, which interesting. Like, you don't remember Kowalkiewicz when she was like a monster. You know, if you were like a pre-COVID, like around that UFC guy, you saw her on the 5-fight losing streak. That's not what we remember. Like she fought Joan Jacek back in the day, and people thought she was going to win. So it's a tougher fight than you think. Yeah, she fought Jandiroba, and she got an armbar that pretty much broke her arm, but it lasted like another round before she realized she fucking broke it.
Wow.
But in that fight, I mean, what's her name again?
Kanako Murata?
Murata. I'm Japanese. I should know better.
Fuck, man.
Murata. I mean, she didn't have that much to show against Verna. Like she stayed very far back, didn't engage like at all. I mean, it was not that good. So the line is way too wide. I think Demopoulos is like plus 260 or something. I'd go Demopoulos in that sense. But again, I kind of don't give a shit. I'm sorry. I hope someone gets chinned, but it won't happen.
Club and sub.
All right, what we got? AoriQileng versus Johnny Munoz Jr.
The Mongolian murderer.
Man, I do not like Johnny Munoz Jr. I hate that style of pulling guard and shit like that. That's not how you win fights in this day and age, man. Who was it against? Was it the other one? No, it was the Santos guy. He kept pulling guard, and that was ridiculous. So AoriQileng, I mean, I watched this fight against Jay Perrin. I mean, poor Perrin, man. He got thrown like 3 killers. Got kicked out of the UFC really hard.
Yeah.
AoriQileng, I mean, he's got good striking. He knows how to, close a distance.
Got caught in his last one, huh?
He did very quick. So that was hard. That was hard to gauge how he's going to do. It was a minute in. I like AoriQileng. And the line's not even too bad if you want to throw some money on AoriQileng. I just think Munoz doesn't have that dog in him like AoriQileng does. Pulling guard's not going to really work and win points against someone like AoriQileng. I think he'll last him. He's got a better gas tank. He'll get him out of there. We're cooking with gas now. This is now the best prelim of the evening, which really should be on the main card, but we got a stacked main card. Montel Jackson versus Chris Gutierrez. Before I even go into it, what do you think, Celly?
I actually like Chris Gutierrez. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's not a bad fighter. He's a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? 32. But the thing is like, I don't know. I think that last loss to Pedro Munoz just kind of exposed his humanity a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a big step up in competition for him.
And you got Montel Jackson coming in on the 4-fight win ski.
But against...
What are you going to say, canned?
Average ass competition, dude. JP Bays, he just got like canned out of the UFC. Who was the fight before Yaya?
The fight before Yaya was...
Oh, yeah.
Ars.
And that one was closer than it seemed, too. Ars was landing some good shots, but Montel Jackson really came into his end against Yaya. I mean, Ron Yaya's 38 years old, though. He's out on his way out.
I really wouldn't be surprised either way this fight goes. I can't lie.
I wouldn't. I mean, this might cook. I'm just saying potential fight of the night. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
They could go
all three just beating the hell out of each other.
Here's the big thing, the small cage. Montel's going to cut him off.
Is it that much smaller?
It is so much smaller.
What about a foot?
I don't know the exact specs, but fighters talk about it. And I mean, I think the biggest one where I realized was Strickland when he was talking about it, how big that cage is compared to Apex. So like if you're good at cutting distance off, this is the place to fucking do it. And Pedro did that well against Chris. I mean, Chris was like a deer in headlights against Pedro. Someone who really pushed the pressure and pushed the pace. He didn't deal with it too well. The one caveat is though, I don't like that leg kick. Chris throws a great leg kick. Montel, he's got to defend that leg kick because he can beat your leg down. And if he beats down the lead leg of Montel, that might throw him off a little bit. But I think Montel's got more powerful striking. He's got better hands. He's got better physique and stamina, And here's the thing. What is it? 8-inch reach advantage. In a small cage, 8-inch reach advantage is massive.
And just for the research, for the facts purposes, it's actually 30% smaller than a paper.
30%.
30 is a third of that bitch
shit.
Off.
And that's the thing is that you got to think about cage control too. Montel can put you up against the cage and control you. And Pedro, could do that well too against Chris. So Gutierrez was on a 7-fight win streak up until Pedro Munoz. And the first time he really faced like a top 10 like that didn't go well for him. I'm not going to be surprised if Gutierrez wins, but this will be a Montel Jackson unanimous decision for sure.
Club and sub.
All right. Next fight, Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Diana Belbita. This is a close one. The only reason it's close is because of the age difference and the time in their careers. Because when you're almost 38 years old, I mean, she's like a week away from being 38. In a women's 115-pound division, when you've had a long-ass career.
A lot of pressure on your body.
It is, man. I mean, she did, and she's on what? I think a 3-fight win streak, yep.
Yeah,
3-fight winner. She had a lot of health problems in that 5-fight skid, apparently. She had like Hashimoto's disease or something, so it threw off her diet, threw off her whole body and everything. I mean, no offense, man. Losing an armbar to Jessica Penne is a fucking oof. That's just like, I'm surprised she can get cut after that because no one really thinks of Penne very highly. I think Belbita, that loss to McCann, does not age well. I mean, almost 4 years ago, though, she was young.
Dude, Molly is such a... I like Molly, but she's fallen off so much, it really doesn't matter if you lost to Molly.
They fed her the right people at the right fucking time.
They definitely did. Then who did she get caught by? Oh,
Blanchfield.
Yeah,
Blanchfield. Exactly. And then she lost another fight recently. Molly did.
She got fucking whooped by...
we gotta look that up.
I'll look it up.
Now I'm pissed, yeah.
Her last fight was Julia... Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, that monster.
Stoliarenko.
Yeah, that girl looked good, though. That girl looked good.
Yeah, that was a nasty fight.
Yeah, she just... Was it submission? Because... Yeah, sub. That's the thing.
Armbar.
Yeah,
nasty
Goldie's
armbar.
not good on the ground, dude. Oh, sorry, not Goldie. Fucking Molly McCann.
Dude, what do you think about Hannah Goldie right now
fucking
bro?
Sad. I'm sorry,
So who do you got in this one between Karolina and Diana?
I pick flipped this one. Before I watched footage, I was going to say Belbita. Just for the sake of the age and you know, point in career and everything. She got a 4-inch reach advantage, 4-inch height advantage too.
10-year age difference.
10-year age difference. But here's the thing, Belbita, her striking's so slow, man. She looks down. Like she kind of keeps you on the eyebrow, which I feel like against KK, it's like she's a really decorated kickboxer and she knows how to point fight. If there's anything she knows how to do, she knows how to win a decision. I'm not going to be surprised if Belbita gets a split over her just with staying in, you know, just staying in there, really not getting body kicked too much, let's say. But KK is going to get a decision. It might not be the most exciting fight. It's going to be a lot of points. And this fight would go 20 minutes if it could. Not going to be that exciting.
Club and sub.
Time for the real fucking fun. We're in the main card. Okay? This is where the money gets thrown, the parlays get cashed. You feel me? Celly, how do you like this main card? Before we look into it, it's a good fucking lineup.
Listen, man. After returning from a week of no fights to a nice Apex card, I'm not complaining about this card at all. You got Cutelaba, you got Dober, you got Buckley, you got Pyfer, Green. You got a name on each fucking fight, man. It's going to be a good one. Yeah, and you know, we had a good conversation about this specific fight to start it off the other day.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? What's your picks?
This is a banger of a fight of the night. If it had something written on it, of the main card at least, I feel like Gutierrez can really be a big prop fight of the night, but this one's going to be a banger. Again, another one I pick flipped when I look into it. Hernandez, I'm like, oh, okay, I just look at the matchup, look at the age and everything. But you watch Hernandez's last 3 fights. And this kid, when he came in the UFC, he was on a fucking cruise. I think it was like 5 years ago. He was something like 10-1 and just got met by really good competition. The more he aged, it was like just the less powerful he became when in latter rounds. Like you get this guy in round 2 after he gasses himself out in round 1, and he's just not the same fighter.
You're talking about Hernandez, right?
Yes, yeah.
And those last 3, even the last 5, are some names. They're not some Moicano.
I mean, it's big names. Quarantillo, I mean...
You got the Jim Miller win.
That's the
Jim
big
Miller,
thing.
You know, it's
that's
like,
the thing. It's Jim Miller's, you know, great vet and everything, but let's be honest, he's 40 years old. They don't feed him that high level competition anymore.
He did look good in that fight, Jim Miller, but it wasn't a.
Jim Miller's been looking good.
Yeah,
but
40.
But again, it's just like you're 40 years old. I mean, I know he went up a weight class to take that fight. Actually, this is back at 45. Hernandez took that fight, I think, on short notice at 155. But man, you got this power, and you're that much younger, and you can't take someone like Miller out. and you have to point fight him in arguably kind of a close fight, he slows down that second round, man. And then you got Bill Algeo, which his last fight was great. TJ Brown, he weathered an early storm, got hit with a lot of shots in the first round, but his frame and just his size, his tallness and everything just gives him a great advantage of weathering the storm. And he wrapped up TJ Brown that second round. And I feel like it's what he's going to do against Hernandez. I mean, when you look at Bill Algeo, all his losses, I think, are by decision. So Hernandez is not going to finish him. And I don't think Algeo is going to be that guy to let himself get point fighted or whatever for 3 rounds.
I don't think Hernandez is going to point fight either.
He's going to go for broke.
He's going to go out banging.
Late second round, Bill Algeo, club and sub.
Club and sub by Bill Algeo.
That's how it's going to happen. Rear naked choke.
Club and sub.
Oh, this fight is scary as hell.
This is a very scary fight. Philipe Lins is a big guy. But this dude's name is literally Ion. I know it's Ion Cutelaba, but it's like, bro. How do you...
Here's the thing, man. Another fight I pick flip, man. Yeah. A lot of shit once I watched footage, I flipped. This is the most 50-50 fight of the card. By the time of Fight Night, I bet you this will be a pick'em fight. Philipe Lins is so much bigger than this dude. I mean, he's massive compared to Jan Cutelaba.
What do you mean? In what way, though?
His build.
Yeah.
Lins is huge, dude.
Yeah.
Lins came down from a heavyweight, I want to say.
Wow.
I think so. I might have to fact check that, but yeah, he did. Because look, Arlovsky and Bozer was still a heavyweight. Yeah. Prochnial, Open St. Preux, Grisham.
Those are some nice names.
Yeah, he took Open St. Preux out quick. Preux was on his way out, though. Getting old. I think he was like 40 when that happened. Man. I'm going Cutelaba because I just think he's got more of that dog. And his losses look way better on paper than Lins wins.
And another damn near 10-year.
That's the thing is like, I know once you surpass middleweight, you kind of have until 42 to get going. But 38 to 29, just fucking huge, man. I think Cutelaba will find a fucking shot. I will not place any on that fight. Nothing at all. But I don't know. What do you got, Cutelaba?
Yeah, I'm going with Cutelaba.
Yeah, I'll take him by knockout. If it goes past 1.5, though, that's Lins' fight. He'll win a decision super easy.
Club and sub.
You got Drew Dober with the jawline of hell.
Ooh, what a handsome man.
Oh my God.
Oh, buddy.
And it's just funny because he's in the sport that jaw is made for. You know what I mean?
know,
Like,
yeah.
You look at that jaw, you're like, man, that thing's probably made of steel. It's like,
For
he
real.
actually is a pretty reckless fighter as well. Heavy favorite in this fight.
And I'll admit, he's too big of a favorite. These lines are really, really weird.
Yeah,
Minus 475 is a little nuts. But Ricky Glenn, he got chinned really quick by Christos Giagos, his last fight. He had a draw with Dawson, which looks good on this fight card, you know?
Yeah.
But that was because Dawson had a great 2 rounds, and then he got 10-8 in the third.
Interesting.
10-8 in the third. But Dober's the more active fighter. If you see, those are the last 5 fights in the last 5 years for Glenn. Glenn just doesn't have that power to really hit Dober that well. But here's the thing. At 34 years old, after you just he got TKO'd against Matt. It wasn't like a flush knockout.
Right.
But it's that coming of age type of thing. Is like, oh, you're about to be 35 years old. How much of a chin do you still have left? So it's a little bit risky at a minus 470 line, but I still like Dober. He's up there on confident picks for me for the card. Glenn won't last past a round and a half.
And plenty of chin, to answer your question.
There's a lot of chin there.
How much chin does he have left? Plenty of chin. He'll have chin.
I don't think that's going away.
Nope.
Glenn by devastating knockout.
Indeed.
Highlight reel.
Club and sub.
Oh shit. So this is the featured bout of the evening. And this is a fucking close one, man. Alex Morono versus Joaquin Buckley. Man, Buckley is a guy, he kind of reminds me of Kevin Holland in a way. I mean, Holland is miles above Buckley at the point in their careers, but someone who should have been a lot better than he currently is. And maybe he just needs to go on that stride. Some people reach their prime when they're like 31 years of age, you know? And Buckley needs to get past someone like Morono if he's going to stay
Buckley goes out there, devastating finish against Morono, just looks great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's you know what I mean? He's everywhere.
Because he
I
just
feel
came back to welterweight too.
You know, I like Buckley because I feel for Buckley. I feel like people just can't decide if they like him or not. And he goes out and wins. He wins when people aren't really fucking with him. They're like, oh, okay. And then he loses when people are kind of fucking with him.
Yeah.
And they're like, never mind. We don't mess anymore.
I know.
So it's hard. You know, you want to, what was his last win was Andre
Fiallo, and that doesn't look good right now. That looks
No.
fucking terrible. I bet on Chris Curtis in that fight, so I was really excited.
He fought Imavov?
He fought Imavov, went to
Wow.
decision. Duraev.
I thought he fought Holland too.
He fought Holland early
Oh,
in the career, I want to say.
damn. Yeah, because he's very active. I mean, he has been.
Yeah.
He was active. And then I think those 2 losses kind of made him
You have to a little bit. You
focus
have
a little
to
bit.
reassess a little bit. Morono, man, people count him out because of his physique, I feel like. He's a little flabby. Got a little bit of a soft tummy, you know, like
Looks
he
like
isn't.
he just enjoys a Pabst Blue Ribbon. There's nothing wrong.
Oh,
with
that's
that.
true. He does. You know he fucks for sure.
He's from Houston, Texas, man.
Morono can last in the cage with anyone. I mean, he was doing really good against Santiago before he got caught. And Buckley, he's got great build. He's got great, stamina. He can last in there. And it's all
longer
about
reach than Morono as well.
how much? Let me see.
That's 76 to a 72.
That's pretty good.
It's a 4-inch reach.
Pretty good.
Pretty significant.
In a small cage, I'll take Buckley. I'll take him by decision. I think he understands, and his team is understand too, that this is your fight to win. And if you don't, it's not going to look that good. The motivation will get him there. I think he'll find the better shots. Minus 210 scares me a little bit, though. I wouldn't be super confident on him on a huge ticket.
Club and sub.
Co-main event of the evening. What a fucking line. Well, that line is deceiving. It is not minus 380 right now. Joe Pyfer versus Abdul Razak Alhassan. And your nickname's Judo Thunder. I'm not saying that many words, dude. Bruce Buffer be killing himself in there. Or it's going to be Joe Martinez. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's your buddy Joe. Your twin.
Oh, my God, dude. Joe Martinez.
Let's start that meme. Anyone watching this, let's just put pictures of him next to Martinez.
Nothing gets me less excited than an Apex card being announced by Joe Martinez.
It's like Saturday, you wake up, you turn on the Apex card, and you hear,
wow. Fucking dude, come on, dude.
yeah, she's tripping.
They had another announcer one time that wasn't half bad. I forget his name. Every once in a while they'll give him there, but
Man, you got a 27-year-old Joe Pyfer against a 6'2" Joe Pyfer against a 38-year-old 5'10" Abdul Razak Alhassan Judo Thunder. I think it's over with, man, if you're asking me.
yeah, I mean Pyfer's gonna chin him. I think minus 450 is crazy though.
Minus 450 is tough. Yeah,
Minus 450. I mean, Pyfer, here's the thing. I know he's not coming off the best camp right now either. Found that one out. I mean, he even said it. So, but it's one of those fights where they're putting him there for a reason. They're really hyping this dude up. The whole be like Joe Pyfer thing. If he does, it's written in the stars for him to win here. It really is. But that being said, there's probably a lot of pressure on his back to take someone like Hassan out. And I mean, this fight's ending in a minus 1.5. I'm really excited to see those odds. I bet you it's going to be minus 300 though for under 1.5. But we'll take Pyfer by knockout.
Club and sub.
All right, main event of the evening. Not the best main event. Let's be honest here.
Why you hating, man? Why you hating?
It's a bunch of main card fights and no main event is what it is.
Yeah, but it's just if you look at it that way, then it's just a main event card.
Yeah,
every fight.
That's why they didn't put it in a place.
Yeah, exactly.
Is because this main event really couldn't sell too much. But you got number 10, Grant Dawson against Bobby Green. I don't think Bobby Green's ranked anymore. Man, there's no reason or way for Green to win this fight. Grant Dawson's going to lay on this dude. Green will have no defense. I mean, Green's okay on the ground. Obviously, he just sub Tony. But I mean, Islam is Islam. But he didn't look.
Islam. Like, why did that happen, bro?
He didn't look good on the ground.
Wait, did he take that fight late?
Fucking 5 days.
Yeah,
I want to
something
say.
like that.
You bet on Bobby Green that fight.
I did bet on Bobby Green. I had nothing but faith that he.
Yeah, you sure did.
Yep, I was really hopeful.
Grant Dawson by rear naked choke. It's going to be probably maybe the third round, I want to say. Green might land a couple shots in the first, but he'll have no defense for that takedown. He'll have nothing going on. There's just no way. Grant Dawson is going to be a top 6 lightweight soon enough here. And I mean, this isn't a fight to really get him up there. I don't know why they're giving him this fight. It makes no sense to me. But
yeah,
he should be a bigger line than he is. I mean, he should be a bigger favorite rather. He's minus 360. That's a minus 550 right there. So that's a good line to catch.
Club and sub.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Lock of the week. Drum roll, please. No other than Grant Dawson. Like I just said, minus 360. Should be way wider than that. There's no path to victory for Bobby Green. He's got to bet for a lucky shot to land. Dawson's going to outlast him everywhere. 100%. That's the lock. Do you agree?
I would agree. I would say it's a lock. I don't like talking down against Bobby. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the reality is the reality.
Yep. He's going to move up the rankings. They're going to give him another big fight after this. Well, actually, not another big fight. A big fight. What the fuck is this fight?
Bobby's a big fight, man. Bobby's a big fight.
Gives you some clout, I guess. But
Bobby's an MMA big fight. If you like MMA, you're not going to miss that fight.
That's true. Like true strike force type people.
Yes, exactly.
So that's the lock. Now, when it comes to a big lock like that, you can't put your whole pot on a minus 360 straight up. That's irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? You got to put up a lot of units to return some. Which brings us into Woods 3 for 3.
Woods 3 for 3.
That's right, baby. We've made our empire on this style. I made everything that I fucking know from this style. High conviction, high confidence, and no fear. You got 3 for 3 this week. I've been battling with this one. Trust me, I've been texting him a lot.
A lot.
I've been flipping. I've been in my head. And that's what a break week does to you. Makes you think a lot more because you have more time to, which I'm not sure if it's going to work out to the benefit of the betting community too well, having a break like this. Because I saw people releasing picks like 5 days ago. I'm like, okay, come on now.
No.
A little too soon.
Yeah, you can't have that week. Because you need that 5 day from Monday until Friday.
Yeah, you need a little pressure. I do
window.
better with a little pressure on my back.
Yeah, definitely.
Got the first pick, Bill Algeo. That's a club and sub over Hernandez. Again, Hernandez just don't have the gas tank to last with Algeo. He'll be the craftier fighter in there. He'll prove he wants to be there more. You got Drew Dober, the most handsome chin in MMA, will not be touched.
Nope.
That night, he's knocking Ricky Glenn out and putting him out night. And with the lock in the end, Grant Dawson, minus 360. He's going to sub Bobby Green, get him out of there. That's a 3 for 3 right there. The only pick on that ticket, obviously, I'm a little skeptical about it is Algeo. I mean, it is a closer fight. Obviously, that's why it's a minus 140 to a plus 110 at the time we're filming this. And, you know, would I be super surprised if Hernandez gets him out of there or just wins a decision? I mean, no. I'd be a little shocked if he stops him. But I just don't see a way that Algeo lets himself get beat here. That's why you're throwing a guy like him on the 3 for 3. We thought about throwing Pyfer on it. Thought about it, but that line's just too big for my liking for the, you know, projection of where a 3 for 3 can go. So you got Algeo, Dober, and Dawson. That's your lock. That's your 3 for 3, baby.
All right, man. So, you know, it's Celly's wild card time. I didn't actually, that's the only thing I didn't do.
Let's pick a new one?
No. Yeah, he's picking a new one, but I have one right here that I'm going to read off. So, Celly's wild card, you know what I'm saying? We're going with Ion Cutelaba, and we're parlaying that with Demopoulos.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, it's a wild card, you know what I'm saying? You do what you can. But I'm just thinking because, to me, Demopoulos is a lock, and it's kind of a weird fight, so it's a good dog to throw on. And then to me, the Ion Cutelaba, like we said, he's gonna dominate over Philipe Leans. So
yeah, I mean, Demopoulos is way too big of a line, so I like that dog if there is one. But that's a wild card.
It's a wild card, man. So that's what we've put down. We've put some units down to get some units back.
Going
about it.
That's pretty ballsy, but I'm with it. That's what the wild card's all about. You know, take your balls out, show them to everyone.
Let your nuts hang.
Yeah. The fuck?
I'm freaking pumped. I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day.
Degenerate Parlay.
Degenerate Parlay.
It is time for the Degenerate Parlay. Now, this is if I was a degenerate. I'm not. I'm a smart player.
What does a degenerate look like to you?
Physically?
No, in this capacity.
Oh, I'll tell you what he looks like, but okay. Is anything more than a 3-teamer is risky. I don't give a fuck about how big the favorites are. If you're putting massive confidence in a 4-teamer, you got a point to prove or you have a return to get. I feel like a 4-teamer is when you're mad. You're upset at your losing streak. You're like, fuck this.
This one and this one and this one and this one.
Mm-hmm. You are picking
and here's all the money my mom gave me.
Yeah. It's like, so this is the extra little surplus have you could put towards your savings. You can stock up on a little extra groceries, or you can throw on some fucking units, okay? All right, Degenerate Parlay. We got Montel Jackson.
Montel
coming in strong on the prelims.
Nice.
We got Drew Dober. You got Joe Pyfer. And you got Grant Dawson. In the grand scheme of things, those are confident picks of mine, but you're riding on all 4 of them.
Stacking them.
Ooh.
You're stacking them. That's making it dangerous.
That's a little tough.
Can't spell dangerous without degenerate.
1.5 units gets you 2.75. That's pretty cool if you're a degenerate. Am I? I guess we'll see.
So that was our degenerate parlay.
Yep. Yeah. So we got a great card here, honestly.
It's a fun weekend.
This is a card you could have put at the Palms. Thanks for everyone for showing out tonight. We got prop talk later in the week, some last minute picks.
Yeah.
Because, I like to wrap things up on a Sunday, get my picks locked in, especially if I think lines are moving. But let's be honest, shit don't end until the fights. And we're going to have some thoughts. We're going to have some action take place, some news, some people hyping shit up. Some stuff's going to change in the week, and we're going to talk props when they come out. We'll talk some last minute picks, get you guys some more content later on in the week. This is the most fun environment online. You're not going to find a show better than this. You're not going to find a show more comfortable, more inviting, more exciting than Club and Sub, baby. That's what it is.
Club and Sub.
I'm Club.
I'm Sub.
He's Sub. And we out. Thank you.
See you, prop talk.
I just had to say I'm sorry. I'm just late for the party.